Today, ladies and gentlemen, I'm joined by one of the flyest, the illest, the freshest artist on campus. He'll introduce himself, ladies and gentlemen. I don't want to ruin it for him. So he's going to tell you who he is. He's going to give us his brief background, ladies and gentlemen, and just sit back. In fact, if this is the first time here, well, it's also our first time there. So don't worry, we'll be making some of these interviews mostly during the week and everything. So as I was saying, let the guy sitting, I would say the guy sitting next to me introduce himself. I don't wanna, I don't wanna spoil it for him. So who am I with today?
Yo, what's up, everybody? It's your boy Aya. I come from Zimbabwe. I just want to say shout out to every ghetto youth. Let's get it.
Sure. So shout out to Zim, shout out to all the ghetto youth there. So basically, my dude, the reason I called you here is to just, let people know who you are and let them know what you do, like who is Aya? Like I'm sure people are wondering at home, who is Aya? They've heard your music, I'm sure, but they're also wondering, they wanna know, bro, like they really wanna know who you are. So can you just give us just a 30-second background of who you are? Like where you from? Okay, fine, you've mentioned you're from Zim, but just tell us more. Like we really want to know who you are. Who makes Aya?
Thank you again. I appreciate it. It's actually an honor to be here. I would say Aya is just a simple artist from Zimbabwe, from Guero. And I come from my rural areas in Zimbabwe. It's Kwazimba, where our former president used to say, So I'm just a simple artist who come from the mud. I'm just trying to get to build myself and just make it happen for everybody. Yeah.
So I'm sure at home you're wondering, like, for every artist to start being an artist, there's some motivation, there's some, element in their life that came about so that they can start being an artist. So, what inspired you to start creating art? Like, what really pushed you to be the Aya you are today?
Right. Mostly, I would say listening to more music. I grew up in an environment whereby I was spending most of my time listening to music. So it just got me to the extent whereby I started want to try to make music. And then it just happened like that. Yeah.
So if you wanted to try, like, if you wanted to try starting music or start to be an artist, like, how was your upbringing? Like, how did your upbringing motivate you to start making art?
Well, mostly I would say I grew up in a family whereby we were, I wouldn't say forced to go to church, but it's like every Sunday, everybody have to go to church. So it's like for me, I ended up joining choir, it's like something that I love to do. So it's like maybe it was that, like, I used to be just trying to sing, in church, do things like that. So it just motivates me also to just become an artist.
So can you tell us when did you start making music? Like when was your first song? I mean, grabbing the headphones rather, and going to the booth and recording. When was that? Like, and what really pushed you? Since right now you are a final student in university and you started months or years back. So what really, for that first day to actually happen, what really pushed you? What made you, or which artist rather, gave you that oomph for you to start, recording music?
Well, I would say it started like 2024, like in January. That's when I started like, like trying to rap to someone, like trying to sing to someone. So it happened like, okay, I was messed up. It's like I had too much on my mind those days. So it's like me going back, it's like I was someone who was always writing something, like whatever on my mind, I write down. But I never showed it to someone or tried to sing to somebody, right? But then last year is like 2024, right? When I was with one of my homeboys, Uncle Chris, you know him, right? Yeah. So it's like I was under pressure, like I was under stress, but I never told him that. I just went to him. I was like, "Yo, I want to try and sing this to you, right?" And then it's like for him, it's like it just clicked. He was like, "Okay, do it, do it." But I know I was messing up a lot, bro. But then he was like, "Nah, just keep on doing it." So for me, I would say, yeah, he's like he played like a bigger role for me to like start doing the music, start doing the recording, and then we ended up going to like a studio, like a house studio. It was cool experience, for my first song. I think it was something about my mind, like it was crazy, right?
So shout out to Uncle Chris, ladies and gentlemen. Uncle Chris, thank you very much. So in your music, like what theme or what message do you circle yourself around? Like, are you that romantic nigga who'll be singing romantic stuff, or you that guy who'll be like, okay, we're facing a lot in life. Let me take my pen and paper. Let me jot down what I've seen in life and make into a song. So what are the themes mostly in your songs?
Wow, mostly I would say me usually I try to write things that I relate to, like what's happening in my life, things like that. But I'll be focusing on like family, I'll be focusing on love, like we all need love. But I'll be focusing mostly on grind, like hustle, for the ghetto youth. Where I'm from, bro. It's like we have to make it, bro. So it's like that's it's something that just keeps me going, like just trying to motivate someone next to me to just keep up their hustle. You never know what if it all works out. So yeah, this is like those are like the main messages that I would say I give. And about money, everybody wants money. It's like I have to take care of family, but I need money for that. So it's something that I do too. But I'm also trying to get in different things just to see what I can make.
So I'm sure everyone at home right now, they're wondering or they're asking themselves, since you're talking about love, have you ever dedicated or have you ever written a song for a certain chick maybe, or your crush maybe? Just give us some of that spice.
Yeah, so I won't say much on that, but I'll just tell you about one song that I did. One more time, I did with KL. Yeah, so it's just some situation that I was in at that time, and I just had to write it down. Yeah.
So I guess that was a lucky one. Whoever you are at home, one more time was for you. It really was for you. So I guess go and stream that song. So how do you choose the materials and tools for your projects? Like, what are the you can just tell people at home what are the tools, the materials that you can bring about, and you just go to the kitchen and cook.
Yeah, for me, mostly I would say, it starts with the vibe. Like, I would say maybe things like beats, like, people that are around me, like DJ in China. Shout out to DJ in China. It's like there are those people who just like help you to just make it. It's not like you can build a kingdom by yourself, right? It's like you need some people who do this, someone who do that. It's like a what can I say, a teamwork, like. So I would say mostly it's like people that are around me, and those people that I can still call and ask for some advice, and then they motivate me. So yeah, those are like the main tools that I can say. People around me. Yeah.
Okay, and another question: do you overcome creative blocks and stay inspired, or those creative blocks just come to you and you just look at them and be like, I should ask assistance or something. So what do you do if, in case there's a creative block, like it's hindering you from, for example, releasing a song or something? What do you do?
Well, mostly I would say, I'm facing that like not alone, but from time to time. But then I would say just take a step back, like I just maybe take some time away from like music and all that. Just try to get my mind right. So it's like maybe I'll be doing things like maybe reading or maybe watch a movie. Me, I'm not a movie person like that, but sometimes I can do that is, just to distract me from that. So that when I know the time I come back, I'll be like, yeah, I'll be different. It will be nice.
Okay. So moving on to my next question: have you faced criticism or rejection, and how did you deal with it? Because I mean, when you're posting your stuff on social media, you can get comments. Some of those comments might be negative, some might be positive. So, as an artist, how do you deal with such, and how do you still continue doing your craft?
Well, I would say I'm adjusting, like every day you get something different, but it's like I'm just trying to adjust. And, if you see yourself doing something and you don't have some negative comments about it, it means you're doing something wrong, right? So for me, right now, I'm at this stage whereby I'm looking at any comment as positive. You get it? Like even if it's negative, I just try to look and see what the person is trying to say. Maybe it makes sense. You never know, right? So it's like I'm really not affected by that. And for the rejection part, bro, it can only be girls that can reject us.
Oh, it only can be girls. Only girls. Only girls. So, what has been your biggest challenge as an artist, and how did you overcome it? Because I mean, you're an upcoming artist. You wanna get there. You wanna get. Obviously, it's part of your dreams to be in the Grammys, to earn those prestigious awards. You understand? So, how do you maneuver through those challenges, and what helps you and what pushes you through those challenges for you to continue?
Yeah. Mostly, I would say the challenges might be exposure. It's like we are not really exposed to things like that. It's like we're only exposed to certain levels. So it's like my creative space is like it's only like based on that or based on like things we see on social media. So for me, I would say the most issue, like the most challenging part is exposure. It's like we need to see what's out there. We need to go on shows. We need to see things like that. So it's like, yeah, I would say exposure, but then also we have what we have, right? Like we are making music. We are here right now. We are doing this podcast. It's like it's okay. What we have now is good. We are doing all right. So yeah, I would say we are just trying to make ourselves to reach the levels that we can say we can work with these things. Like deal with what we have and try to make more. Yeah.
Okay, moving on to our next question. Can you share a project that really challenged you? And can you also share a project that really created ire? Like the project that when it hit, you really said like I'm into this now for permanently.
Yeah. Well, I would say the project that like made me believe was Home is Home. For me, that project is like the way I did it is like it's too real for me. You get it? So it just made me like even when I play it, sometimes like each time I play it, it's like it's just that song. And for the song that made me like that was a challenge. I made a song called Money Talk. Yeah, yeah. So it was like my second song that I've recorded in studio. So it's like my first project, it was okay, right? So the next day for my second song, I thought it was going to be cool like that, but damn, man, it was really that bad. But we just made it possible.
Wow, and well, that's dope. Because personally, being an artist is not it's not easy, ladies and gentlemen. It's not easy. It needs someone who has stamina, you know. So moving on to the last batch of our questions. What's the best advice you've ever received about being an artist?
Well, I would say the best advice I've received was from my uncle. He told me to never give up. And I would say that was the best advice because if I had given up the time he told me that, and like what I am now is like, yeah, and I feel like if I keep on doing it, I'm going to reach a point whereby I'll say I'll never give up. So yeah, that's the best advice that I got.
Okay, now you can also do us a favor as an artist. You can also tell the people at home, you can look into that camera over there, and you can also advise upcoming artists like you. Can you just give them few advice, words of advice?
Well, I would say don't be afraid to explore, don't be afraid to keep on trying. Just keep on trying. You never know. What if it all works out, right? You never know. Maybe tomorrow it might work out. So just keep on doing it. Never stop. Yeah.
Okay, ladies and gentlemen, as we are about to end this interview, I'm going to ask him like two last questions and then we will end the interview. So, what do you hope to achieve in your career in the next few years? Since you started last year, that's 2024. In the in a few years rather, what do you really wanna achieve? What is it that as an artist you really wanna achieve?
For me, I think first I would want to focus on my creative space. Like I want to be able to like improve my lyrics, improve my flows, like just improve my craft and also I would love to to like make my music like make more people listen to my music. Like listen to what I have to say. Like maybe I can inspire someone, right? So yeah, I guess that's what I really want, like to improve my craft and make more people listen to what I have to say. Yeah.
Okay, well that's dope. Well, that's very 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 dope. So, last question. This question I should have asked it in the first place. I don't know why I kept it last, but we say saving it best for last, isn't it? Who is the artist that inspires you? Like the one that when you look at you, you feel as if you see yourself in that artist.
Uh, well, for me, it's not like I see myself in that artist, but I would say someone who inspired me. I would say Lil Baby, because it's like when I listen to his music, yeah, it's just like something different, It's just something that I like, and it's just something that drives me, that motivates me to just keep on doing more music. And when I see about the money that they have, it's like I really want that money too, bro. Hey, I also want to have like drill and shit like that, bro. So it's like, yeah, I would say a little bit.
Okay. So looking at Lil Baby. Okay. Matter of fact, not even looking at Lil Baby. Let's play a small game. We'll say which I'll name three artists. One you have to feature in a single. One you have to feature in a project like an album, and one you have to kill. So it's a single, it's a project like an album or EP, and kill, right? So I have Drake, I have Lil Baby, and I have Lil Wayne. Within these three artists, Drake, Lil Baby, Lil Wayne, you can choose.
Well, firstly, I would say I'm a big fan to all the three artists, like, yeah, I really like Lil Wayne, Drake, and Lil Baby too. But for the project, I'll go for Lil Baby. I mean, you might be the person to, help me build my craft more because I'm motivated by him, right? And then for the other part was what?
I said you kill one. There's one for the single, like you record just one single, and that's it. And then one for the project. So you said the project it's Lil Baby, so it's only killing and a single.
Well, first of all, I'm not a killer. I'm just an artist, and I would say I would. Hey, Lil Wayne, bro. I would go for Lil Wayne for the single, and yeah, I have to kill Drake.
Okay. Hey, yeah, the Drake issue, Drake. So, can you please tell the people back at home where they can find you, find your music, following and subscriptions? You can just tell the people at home.
Wow, so you can find me on all social media platforms at Aya Music. On YouTube, it's at Aya Music, but with the Z, not S. Yeah.
You've heard it from Aya himself, from the horse's mouth, ladies and gentlemen. Thank you for joining us for this interview. We hope to see you next time. If this was the first time, don't worry. We're still here. We're still doing this. Next week, or matter of fact, next week, we might have another artist from Marwadi. So stay tuned. Thank you. Tanko.
Only me, day, I day. Every year I